Have you ever wondered why some gardens seem to produce rich, dark soil almost effortlessly, while others struggle for years with weak, sandy dirt? The secret isn't just in adding fertilizers or rotating crops. There's a method used for centuries that accelerates the natural breakdown of organic matter, turning scraps into humus far faster than traditional composting. Today, we're going deep into the trap compost method, a technique that can transform any patch of soil into a thriving ecosystem in a fraction of the usual time. Understanding what makes humus so powerful. Before we jump into the how, it's important to understand the why. Humus is the dark, nutrient-rich component of soil created when plant and animal material fully decomposes. Unlike ordinary compost, humus retains water exceptionally well, feeds microorganisms and locks in nutrients so plants can access them slowly and consistently. Gardens rich in humus not only produce bigger yields, but are also more resilient to drought and disease. Historically, farmers and gardeners who mastered humus cultivation often enjoyed remarkably fertile plots, even in otherwise poor soils. Trap compost works by accelerating natural decay. The core idea behind trap compost is deceptively simple. You create a controlled environment where decomposing organisms, worms, microbes, fungi, are trapped in contact with organic matter long enough to break it down more completely. Unlike a traditional compost heap that relies on layers and time, trap compost ensures that nothing escapes the breakdown process prematurely. You can achieve this by using shallow pits or tightly contained beds that funnel nutrients back into the soil. The result is a faster, richer humus formation, sometimes in as little as 6 weeks. Choosing the right materials for trap compost. Not all scraps are created equal. High nitrogen items like vegetable peels, coffee grounds, and fresh grass clippings feed microbes quickly, while high-carbon materials such as dry leaves, straw, or shredded cardboard provide structure and help retain moisture. A successful trap compost mix balances these elements to maintain microbial activity without producing unpleasant odors or pests. For example, a survivalist prepping a garden for self-sufficiency might layer fresh garden clippings with shredded newspaper in a shallow pit, covering it with soil to maintain consistent moisture. Over time, this mixture ferments in place, creating humus that can be directly incorporated into planting beds. Right, so setting up your trap compost correctly is quite important. To get started, you'll want to select a location that's, slightly sheltered but still accessible for regular maintenance. Next, dig a shallow trench, or if you prefer, construct a low wooden frame, about 2 feet wide and 1 foot deep, just enough to contain your organic materials without letting them spill over. Then add your nitrogen-rich and carbon-rich layers, making sure, of course, that each layer is moist but not soggy. After that, cover the pile with soil or coarse straw to trap heat and moisture, creating the perfect environment for decomposition. This trap effect ensures that worms, bacteria and fungi remain in constant contact with the organic matter, which really helps accelerate the transformation into humus. Now, monitoring and maintaining the trap compost is key. While the trap compost method does speed up the natural process, it still needs a bit of attention. Check moisture levels every few days and add water if the mixture becomes dry. Occasionally give the pile a gentle turn or mix to prevent any anaerobic pockets that could slow decomposition or, worse, produce foul smells. Worms are a good indicator of progress. When you see them moving freely through the layers, you know your composting is on track. Some gardeners even add small amounts of finished compost to jumpstart microbial activity, giving their trap compost a powerful head start. Applying trap compost to your garden for maximum effect. Once your trap compost has fully matured, dark, crumbly and earthy smelling, it's ready for the garden. You can mix it directly into planting beds before sowing seeds, or top dress around established plants to gradually feed roots throughout the season. For a practical survivalist application, trap compost can also be stored in sealed containers or buried in strategic locations to enrich soil for future growing seasons. Historical farming practices often involve burying organic matter in situ, letting nature do the work, which is essentially what trap compost formalizes in a modern, accelerated method. Why this method is a game-changer for both beginners and seasoned gardeners. Trap compost doesn't require expensive equipment, chemical additives, or vast amounts of space, making it accessible to anyone serious about soil health. Beginners will find the method intuitive and satisfying, while experienced gardeners can fine-tune the process by experimenting with different material combinations or layering strategies. Beyond gardening, this approach teaches patience, observation, and an appreciation for natural cycles, skills that have been crucial throughout history and remain essential for anyone interested in survival gardening or sustainable living. The beauty of trap compost is its simplicity paired with effectiveness. Over weeks, what begins as scraps transforms into a nutrient-dense resource capable of feeding your soil for months or even years. It's a method that rewards attentiveness and respect for the natural processes that have been quietly sustaining humanity for centuries. If you found this guide valuable, don't forget to subscribe to HydraHaven and share this video with fellow enthusiasts. By doing so, you're helping build a community of gardeners, history lovers and survivalists who appreciate the power of soil and the secrets it holds.